Hello, Munchkins. I thought we would read this story today. It's called The Gigantic Little Hero. It's written by the same man who wrote the story we read last time. And it's a story about perseverance. That's a big word, isn't it? What do you think perseverance means? It means to never give up. Okay, here we go with our story. Each year in the forest, bugs hold an event, a dinner so massive that much time is spent hunting and gathering food from the woods and cooking a feast from their bountiful goods. Pictures are so nice. But one little ant always lagged far behind, never able to carry the food he could find. So when all of the bugs would begin their big hunt, they needed no help from a little ant runt. Here's a picture, so he's kind of sad, isn't he? They don't want his help. A spider saw Ant and wondered aloud, "Why don't you get food with the rest of the crowd?" "I can't," said the ant. "See the leaves on that twig? At my size, it's not wise to lift food quite that big." Wondered Spider. "Have you ever tried? I'll bet we could do it if we both grabbed a side." So they each took a hold of the big leaf in question, though the thought of hard work gave the ant indigestion. Ooh, look at the spider. So the spider's going to help him. With Spider in back and the ant in the front, the leaf quickly rose as they let out a grunt. "Goodness," said Ant, "you are certainly strong. There's no way I could lift this if you weren't along." Look at that big leaf. They were on their way home with the leaf on their backs when suddenly Spider stopped dead in his tracks. He heard his friend Worm calling out in the distance, "I'm stuck under a rock and I need your assistance." Okay. Spider dashed to help Worm wiggle free from the stone, leaving Ant unaware he'd been left all alone. Ant lugged the large leaf all the way to his hill, assuming his pal was helping him still. He wasn't helping him, was he? When the leaf was home safely, the ant turned around and said loudly, with Spider nowhere to be found, "He must have just left 'cause his schedule's so tight. I'll be certain to thank him at dinner tonight." He kind of looked around for him, didn't he? Okay. A little while later, Ant found a bright berry. It looked very yummy, but too big to carry. "I can't," said the ant when Grasshopper hopped by. "I'll help you," he said. "It'll move if we try." The two bugs took hold of the tasty blue gem. Ant grabbed the bottom and Grasshopper the stem. The berry sprang up and Ant said through clenched teeth, "Without a friend's aid, I'd be squashed underneath." That's a pretty big berry. But Grasshopper stopped when he heard his friends call, "Hey, put down that berry and come play baseball." So he hopped to his friends gathered there at home plate, and Ant carried on, bearing all of the weight. So once again, Ant got left by himself. Ant marched home once again, put the fruit on the floor, and said when he found his friend with him no more, "When we finished the job, he leapt out of sight. I'll be certain to thank him at dinner tonight." Party time came, and the ant couldn't wait. So proud of the great mound of food on his plate, he knew he must thank those who helped him the most. So he quickly got up and then offered a toast. "Thanks, Mr. Spider," he started to say, "for lending me 2 of your 8 hands today. And Grasshopper, thanks for a job quite well done. You helped when my burden seemed over a ton." Spider stood up and then had to admit he'd helped just a little and then had to split. "I rescued the worm after hearing his groan. You carried that leaf back all on your own." Then it was Grasshopper's turn to confess his shock when he learned about Ant's big success. "I started to help, but then left to play ball. But you kept on going without slowing at all." This all came to Ant as quite a surprise. He thought he was worthless because of his size. Then Beetle jumped up and yelled, "3 cheers for Ant! He can now say 'I can' instead of 'I can't.'" A gigantic smile filled the ant's tiny face, and every last bug in the whole party place picked up the ant who could now move small boulders and whisked him away on the top of their shoulders. Look at all of them carrying him around. There's a Bible verse on this last page. It's found in Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. "I can do everything through him who gives me strength." So who is it that helps give us strength? It's God, isn't it? So we could read the verse this way: "I can do everything through God who gives me strength." Remember, guys, to persevere. Never give up. Remember the word perseverance. Wow, you learned a big word today, didn't you?